All right, here we go. So hello guys, we're going to kick it off like Coach's Corner. So I need some waves. So some big waves out there. Love it, love it, love it. That is my favorite part. It's so much fun. So hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Rosser. I am so excited to be on here with you guys tonight. I have been fired up about this call for, well, over 24 hours.
You're muted, Andrew.
I'm muted. How do I do that? I don't even know. But I have been so excited for this ever since yesterday. I reached out to Ashley and I said, by any chance, would you be willing to join us on tonight's call? Because if you guys have been watching it all, Ashley is absolutely killing it. So, but before we get to her, well, before we get to any of that, I need to do some announcements. So give me 1 second. Let me pull it up here. Let's see if I can get this to share. Here we go. Bear with me. I'm trying to do too many things at once. All right, so a couple of announcements. Can you see that, Anthony? Thank you, thank you. You're like right in the middle, so I'm probably gonna pick on you all night tonight. Sorry about that. All right, so we've got some upcoming events, guys, and the first one that I am super excited about because it's going to be right near my hometown we're going to be doing a Super Saturday in Sweet Home, Alabama. So June 26th, it's gonna be an all-day event. It's gonna include lunch, and you can get registered right now on Eventbrite. My screen's going a little wonky, but hopefully you guys can see that. So that's going to be this or a couple of Saturdays from now, about 3 weeks, June 26th, like I said, and we'll be all day. It's going to be phenomenal. We've got leaders coming in from all over that are going to be speaking, and I just cannot wait for that. And then next, we've got a couple of events coming in July. So July 17th, we've got New Age Summer in the Rockies. And if you've got questions about that, you want to know how to get more information, the time, all of that, Miss Tammy Maltby is going to be the person to reach out to for that one. And then if you guys saw the call yesterday, Richard Tuggle got me super excited about this event, July 22nd through the 24th. It's going to be the 3rd annual Country Bash in Charlotte, Arkansas. So you guys can reach out to Richard for information about that, but it sounds like they've got a great lineup for that as well. So from there, those are our upcoming events. Super excited about those. Oh, and we have some promos. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Let me get back in here. We have some promos. Have you guys seen this? So what I love about this, but we've got 2 promos. One that's going on right now. It's going to be for the entire month. And that's our Power Boost is 30% off for us and for our customers. So our customers can also get a discount. So we can get it for as cheap as $17.25. I don't know about you guys, but I go through so much Power Boost. If you haven't tried it, it's delicious. I know it's good for me. Like there's some health benefits too. That's not why I drink it. I'm gonna be honest. I put it in my shake because it makes it taste delicious. It's chocolate and fantastic. And then I love at night drinking it a little bit warm mixed with some greens, and it's a treat. So it's kind of like having a little bit of dessert that's good for me. So to be able to get it at a discount is got me very excited. And then we have something very near and dear to my heart. We have Blue Frog that's going to be on sale, and not only for us, but for our customers as well. So this is going to be June 9th through the 22nd. Happy Father's Day, I guess maybe Happy Father's Day. And this is going to make it even less expensive than loyalty. So we can get a case of Blue Frog for $64.95 versus with loyalty, it's usually about $68. So I am super excited about that. Hopefully you guys are too. Just wanted to share some specials that we've got going on. So now what I'd love to do, and Ashley, if you're here, if you wouldn't mind unmuting, I have Ashley Paulson on here. And if you guys don't know who Ashley is, she is phenomenal. She is a phenomenal leader out of Colorado that it's been so much fun to watch over the last, gosh, well, I want to say truly since right before Destin, whenever that was, the first Destin event, a fire got lit under this woman, and it's probably been lit longer, but from afar, that's when I first noticed it, where she just took absolute control of her business and has been rocking it. So we're going to talk a little bit about what she's doing in a moment. But Ashley, I was hoping that you wouldn't mind bringing on a woman on your team. I know you said she's had some phenomenal results. I'll share her transformation in just a second. But if you wouldn't mind bringing Allison on and just interviewing her a little bit to share some information about her transformation, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hopefully you guys all had a good weekend. I am really excited to be on here this evening for a lot of different reasons. If you do not feel excitement right now, like I'm not quite sure you have a pulse, or if you're not plugging in, or there's just a lot of exciting stuff going on right now. And so I asked one of my very good friends to hop on here tonight because within that fire that's been in my belly, she actually ended up joining my business, and her transformation has been absolutely incredible. Something that I do want to point out, that timing is everything, right? I've been in this business, in this industry for 6 years, and I've known Miss Allison for, I don't know, 12 years, probably 10 years, a long time. So she's known that I've been in this business, right? But really, timing in people's life is so important. And so I'm actually gonna, Allison, can you unmute yourself?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Your camera just got a little bit dark for a second. Maybe it's just on my end. But Allison has definitely wanted, oh, there you go. I was like, there she is. Allison is one of those individuals who saw one of my posts on Facebook, reached out to me privately, really just simply got started with the transformation pack. And I want you to share your story about what you saw, obviously what you were most interested in when you had saw my post that I did, right? Because a lot of times it's what makes us duplicatable. And so having that consistency, but she reached out to me and wanted a pack, and you can see, like, look at her, seriously, like, look at these before and afters, right? Incredible. And that's why I absolutely love what we do, is the fulfillment of helping others. And so Allison, will you just share your quick story, obviously, just how you got started, what you're excited about, kind of where you're at, and really what you're excited to share with those around you.
So I saw Ashley's post, like she had said. She has lost, I think, over 42 pounds, right?
Yep.
And Ashley and I have mirrored each other with our life experiences and things of that nature. We met each other through the same work. Unfortunately, we both lost our moms. We kind of buried ourselves in eating our feelings and stuff like that. And Ashley had made this big, long post about her before and her after, about, I was unhappy. This is the person who I was, and I decided to change it. And I reached out to her. She was doing a challenge once before, and I'd reached out to her and I said, I'm just not ready. Because to me, I have to be 100% ready. Like, my body was ready, but mentally I just was not at a place where I could be ready to lose weight. And so she was getting ready to do another challenge that she had told me was coming. And I reached out to her. I said, hey, aren't you doing another challenge coming up pretty soon? And she goes, yeah, it starts in March. And I said, I'm ready to do something. I'm tired of not doing anything. And I had COVID, unfortunately, in December, and it completely wiped me out. I was not active. I didn't do anything. I was struggling with breathing. It just was not a good point. And I was finally getting to the point where I was starting to feel better 3 months later. And I reached out to Ashley and I said, I want to feel even better. I'm tired of not doing anything. I need to lose some weight. I've got to do something. What have you been doing? And so she sent me the pack, and I looked at it and I thought about it, and I was like, just the energy part. I was like, okay, I would love some more energy, because I teach high school, and I would wake up, I'd go to school, go to class, and I'd come home and all I wanted to do was sleep. I didn't want to do anything at all. And so I knew it was time to do something. My daughter is wanting to spend the summer working out and get some more varsity playing time. And so I wanted to help her with that. And I knew I couldn't where I was at. And so looked at the transformation pack, and I decided mentally and physically I was ready to be all in. And when I got my stuff, I didn't even know what I was looking at, but I was like, okay, I know that this is where I need to start. But I looked at the approved foods, was kind of shocked at the way Moa tasted. I said, Ashley, I was like, this is spicy. Why is it spicy? And I was really happy with the drops. For me, it took me about 5 to 7 days to really notice an effect of the drops. And I was slowly starting to get more energy. I had dropped, I want to say like 5 to 7 pounds. I can't remember in that first, and I just kept going and kept going and kept going. In the 60-day challenge that I did under Ashley, I lost just over 30 pounds in that 60 days. And I was convinced from there on. I haven't stopped since. I'm still not at my goal. I'm still going. I'm not going to weigh myself and send that and ruin Ashley's surprise tomorrow, but I'm pretty excited with where I'm at right now. I want to say that I am about 15 pounds away from my ultimate goal, and I'm super excited to get there. So.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. And there's so many different things that she said in this story, right? And so something that I took away was she just wasn't ready at that time. I myself obviously have had a weight loss transformation, and there's a lot of times where I'm like, I'm going to start eating better on Monday. I'm going to start going to the gym and working out on Monday, right? Like you really have to mentally prepare for it. And so that's kind of where she was. Like she saw me have success, but it just had to be timing on her part. And really, I think that's from a health standpoint or a business standpoint in our businesses, right? Like we have to make a decision and we have to go all in. And that's exactly what she did during her transformation. And another thing too, like these challenges, right? Like we had a corporate challenge at the beginning of this year that corporate put on. I'm not waiting for corporate to build my business, right? I'm doing these challenges because I know they're successful. I know people see results in the product standpoint, right? Whether they lose weight, whether they need more energy, but then also from a financial perspective. You know, Allison was still sharing her results just after that first challenge. She was sharing her results and people were like, oh my goodness, what are you doing, right? And a lot of times we feel like we have to have a transformation before we can share someone's success. That is not certainly the case, right? Allison could have easily went on her Facebook and said, you know, I'm getting ready to do this challenge, which she did. My friend Ashley has lost 40 pounds. We're getting ready to do a challenge. Does anyone want to join us? Right? So using someone else's story until you can create your own. And once she created her own, she feels a lot more comfortable, obviously, sharing it with people because she's done it, right? Being a product of your product is so, so important. So important. And, you know, like her being in the high school, it's like she needed more energy. She was looking for different stuff. The MOA, it was funny when she reached out and I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's nutrition, you know, you need it. So you just keep taking it. Right. But she wrote and she's like, everyone needs these drops, right? Like that's her staple product. Another huge part of my success right now is like focusing in on products that I'm comfortable sharing, right? We have like 40 different products. Don't be like, I think when I narrowed it down and found like my hero products, what I use that I worked, or the products that I fully believe in, I'm comfortable sharing that, but I zoned in on just a very few products. When Allison reached out to me, I'm like, here's 2 different packs you can get. One was a transformation pack D and the other one is experience pack number 3. Those were my 2 options that I offered to her. But when she reached out to me, right, she's like, what are you doing? And I could have easily got her on a Zoom, got her on a call, right? She's one of my very good girlfriends. I could have easily called her up and been like, hey, you know, had an hour-long conversation, but I used the tools. I plugged her into Transformation Health Styles. I tagged her in Dr. Ginger. I scrolled through and tagged her in my story that I have posted within Transformation Health Styles, right? If you've had a transformation, post it in Transformation Health Styles. If you lost 5 pounds, that's a huge success. There's a lot of people out there who are wanting to lose just 5 pounds.
Ashley,
right?
can I
Yes.
interrupt you real quick? I'm so
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah.
Would you mind? No, I love it. I love it. But there's some people on here that may not know your story. So would you mind just backing up real quick? And I know we could all go watch it in Transformation Lifestyles and Health Styles. But would you mind just sharing your story with us real quick? And then I'll shush and you can go back to what you were doing. But
No,
just so we can get to know you.
You're good. I just get so excited. I'm like, so a little bit about my story. So I've been in this industry for 6 years, like I kind of mentioned before. And you know, when I found this industry, I was working full time in the oil and gas industry. Me and my husband both were. And so I saw a chance to diversify our income. We needed to get some new eggs for our income basket, right? I think now, especially now more than ever with COVID, a lot of industries are hit hard, but we know how important it is to diversify. And so really, I just simply jumped in. I got a pack. I started sharing. About 4 months into our business, my commissions were pretty much paying for our car and our house payment, which still to this day are 6 years later, right? So, so important. And about a year into our business, I had joined my mother, who was a massage therapist. And so she was really into healthcare. She was a researcher. So I knew that I didn't have to like become a scientist and like research the products from A to Z. But I joined her and I knew from a product standpoint, they were fine. And if they passed my mom's approval, then it was totally fine. But about a year in our business, she ended up finding out that her breast cancer was back and it had spread to her lungs, her liver, and her spine. And she had hit she hit officer, right? So about 100,000 making a year, and it's willable. And so we didn't really know how aggressive her cancer had came back, but it was very, very aggressive when it came back. And ended up taking her life about 4 months later at the age of 47. So like when Allison says that, like we relate to each other in a lot of ways. And you really honestly, like she's a very good friend of mine and has been for a very long time, but you don't know who your story's influencing or who you have, who you're impacting, right? Until you start sharing it. And so she ended up passing away 4 months later at the age of 47. And I ended up taking over the top of her business. And then I ended up putting my daughter in my old account until she turns 18. And so really the true power of residual income is so, so real. Like I'm living proof of it, right? A lot of times we talk about leaving a legacy to our kids and our grandkids. And like, I am living proof, right? Like build yourself a dynasty. Like don't stop, especially right now where we're going, do not stop. Like build something. If that's what you're here for, if you want to leave something to your kids or your grandkids or set yourself up for a little bit extra for retirement, like you can do it here. And I am living proof. And the power of it is so, so important, but it's relating with people and sharing that same story, right? Allison ate her feelings. She, you know, was hiding her hurt. We get a little stressful and we eat sometimes, right? And so it's like those pounds just kept coming on and coming on. And really with losing my mom at such a young age, I knew how important health was, right? She was 47. But I also now how short life is. Like if you're not living and like waking up with that fire in your belly every single day, like don't get in the rut of life. I think that was my biggest thing is like I had lost the weight and my eyes were opened, right? Like I found out how important my health was. I found out how unhealthy I was. Like even though I was part of a health and wellness company, like until I became a product of my product, right? I've drank these products every day for the last 6 years, but until I became a product of my product, now I have something to share. And it's like the weight loss, right? Like that's something I easily can share because I've had that. But like my team might have more passion for the skincare, more passion for the Lucem line, right? And so really just finding your lane, I think is what's so, so important, but really just keeping the process simplified. Like I said, with Allison, Andrea, do you just want me to keep rolling?
Rock and roll. No, we want to hear what you're doing, lady.
Okay. I just talk fast and a lot. So I just want to make sure that we're like on the same page that you want me to go. But
Yeah.
like with Allison, she saw my post and that's my first tip, right? Anthony, right? Like everyone does a phenomenal job with trying to train on social media. You might not be an expert, but just start somewhere. Be consistent with your posts because that's exactly where Allison saw it was my post. She saw what I was doing. I plugged her into Transformation Health Styles. I tagged her on Dr. Ginger. I went down and tagged her on my transformation story that I have posted in there. And if you've had a transformation, please post it in there because it's important. Right? Let's load that up with new stories. There's a lot of stories that have been in there for a while. Or have you had a transformation? Like, have you had more energy? Have you lost some weight? Have you know something with inflammation? Like, post your stuff in there because it's powerful and people. It's easy for them to plug in there and see how much success we're having from a product standpoint. And so I plugged her into Transformation Health Styles. And so honestly, to see Allison now, that's exactly what she's doing, is she's turning around and doing that same process. Like, she's going around and doing her posts on social media, and then she's plugging people into Transformation Health Styles, right? And so that's really where the power's at, because you make yourself duplicatable. Ashley Paulson is not duplicatable. Andrea Rosser is not duplicatable. But a system is, and that's exactly what we have with those Facebook groups, right? So Allison just did exactly how I showed her. She does posts, she plugs people into those things, and she has a growing team now. She just signed her first brand partner today, actually. I'm so excited. Totally rocking it. And I know, totally rocking it. She signed multiple customers, right? One of them's probably going to upgrade up to be a brand partner too. And so she's working the 4x4. Like, the 4x4 challenges and the stuff we have going on right now is not by mistake. That's how you make yourself successful. When we left Destin back in February, right? That first event that we had in February, we set out a challenge to do 4x4. And I hit that 3 times by being consistent. Like, I'm not doing some magic formula. It's not a copy and paste for all, right? A lot of times people are like, what are you doing? How are you being so successful? It depends on your person. It depends on your audience, right? Like, you can plug everyone into a Facebook group. Someone might sign up just right there. Someone might have some questions. Someone might want to try the products, right? Like, it's not a copy and paste fits all. And I think that sometimes when we get in our own heads, we're like, what is she doing? How is she doing to be successful? There's multiple things that you do, right? And so it's just, I think that's an important thing too, but utilizing the tools and thinking to yourself when you're showing people, you're training them, right? Like, if I would have called Allison and had an hour-long conversation with her and shared my story, did a bunch of stuff, then she would think that she had to do that. But I kept it simple and I plugged her into the tool, and that's now exactly what she's doing. And she's being successful just like I am. You know, when I hit 4x4, I had a team call on Saturday, and, you know, everyone's like, congratulations. And I'm like, who else wants to do it? Like, not congratulations for me. Like, how many more people on my team can I help go 4x4? Because that's the simplicity of our business. Andrea, she's like, just listening.
No, are you kidding? I'm taking, oh, you can't see it. That's the problem with using a background. I'm taking notes here, woman. I love it. And a couple of things that you said, like, one, consistency, that is so powerful. But 2, that we all have to be flexible, because I don't know if you know this, can't tell, right? I'm a very rigid person. I like to do A, B, and C. And every day I want to do A, B, and C. And I do not want to veer off. But we're dealing with humans, right? So you can't always do A, B, and C. Some people like, you know, F. So we got to move in that direction, right? So we got to work with our people and be flexible and listen. So I love that you're not just going out there with a cookie cutter, you're being flexible. But one thing I do know is that you are very consistent in your daily activities. And if you wouldn't mind just taking like a minute or 2, whatever you want to give us, just share a little bit about what you're doing daily, that, because there are some things that people can copy and say, okay, I know I need to do these few things every single day. The words might be a little bit different, but the activities are kind of the same.
Yeah, absolutely. So daily method of operation that I do, that is very important, because that's what you're putting into your business. What you put in is what you receive back. You know, I've taken a lot away from the Eric Worre stuff, the 7-day recruiting challenge, the GoPro, right? A lot of different stuff, but it's, what are you doing every single day to help someone? What are you doing to bless them, right? Whether it's from a product health standpoint or whether it's from a business financial standpoint. I always show people both, because you never know what people are looking for, right? Allison has had an incredible weight loss transformation, and now she's like, perfect. I want to go 4x4. I want some stocks in this company, right? She signed that brand partner today, and I'm like halfway to some stocks, and she wrote a little money bags. Like, yeah, right? Like that. We are so blessed with all the perks and stuff that we have here, but what are you doing every single day to find that next person, right? The 4x4, when I said I hit it 3 times, I think we were at a training once and they said, think of a deck of cards, like keep flipping through the cards until you find your ace. Right? I could have easily just went 4x4 once and called it good. But why when I can just keep flipping through the cards and keep completing it, right? Even if they're a customer, they still might upgrade to be a brand partner. Hey, I've lost whatever, how much weight. Now I want to earn some income and share my story. You never know. And so really just being consistent when you're posting on social media, and a lot of times people are like, why do you post so much on social media? What's the benefit of that? Like, honestly, like that's opening up the door to communication to them. That's how I view it. If someone comments, not even just like on a post that I have for weight loss or the business or whatever, if they comment on a post and I haven't talked to them, private message them, right? It opens up that door for conversation. Hey, Andrea, how are you? Oh my goodness, your kids are getting so big. I saw you moved. You guys have any summer plans this summer, right? Like open up the door for conversation. Yeah, I recently quit my oil and gas job and I'm working my health and wellness business side full time now. Oh, what do you do? Right? It's taking them through that process, but are you overcomplicating it? But better yet, are you putting in the daily effort and the daily action? Because that's really when the fire started. When Eric Worre said, if you were to pay yourself this month for how much work you did, how much would you pay yourself? I was like, not very much, right? So it put a fire in my stomach, but it's finding that reason why. I've been around for 6 years. When my mom passed away, that could have been an easy reason for me to quit, an easy reason for me to step back. But I'm still here 6 years later, thriving. I have a lot more people to help lose some weight or get some more energy or change their finances. And so being very, very consistent on social media and opening those doors for conversation. You do a post, someone likes it, someone comments, like and comment back, private message. Start opening that conversation. And then what I do is every single day after I do that, once I get to people to a point, I put them on a notepad. It's over there. I put them on a notepad as like my prospect. A lot of people do it differently. If you use an Excel spreadsheet, if you, whatever the case may be, I am old school and I like to like see their name in writing. So every single time I talk to a person and they're interested in something, whether it's a product or whether it's a financial, I write them on a piece of paper. And I'm consistently following up. I had a gentleman reach out to me about weight loss about a month ago. And every time I reach out, he's like, yep, I'm back in town next Tuesday from work. Let's meet up then. So I have a call with him on Tuesday, right? And so it's consistently filling that funnel full of people, but how full is your funnel, right? If you had a funnel right now, how full is it right now? Is it stacked up? Do you have people kind of dripping down the bottom of the funnel? Is it down here? Is it up? Like, right? Think of that funnel every single day, but think of the people that you can help that you're not reaching out to. I don't know, it just being consistent, I think, is the biggest thing. That's all I can say. And I said it yesterday at the Saturday morning training. It's making a decision. It all comes down to making a decision. Making a decision to go 4x4, making a decision to follow up with people every day, making a decision to reach out to new people every day, right? We're full of decisions, but it's just, are you putting it into that daily method of action, right? Like, are you actually implementing that? We all say we want to be all in, right? I'm on a lot of Zooms and I see the all in popping up all the time. Like, are you truly all in? You're writing it. You're making a decision to write it in the chat, but are you making a decision to complete it? And so that's kind of just where I'm at, what's kind of on my heart tonight. 4x4, the stock options, like the Mexico trip. I mean, the pot just keeps getting sweeter and sweeter, right? I'm just like, I'll go to Mexico, I'll earn some stocks. But it's not just about that. It's how many people on my team can I help do that? Because essentially that's the building block, the very core foundation of your business. Go 4x4, and that starts the foundation. And then go 4x4 again and help those people go 4x4. That's the next layer of your foundation. And so, right, don't miss the boat. I don't know. I want to take everyone in the boat with me, but you have to make a decision to get in the boat. That's it, kind of. That's all I got, Andrea.
I love it. I love it. I love you. Thank you so much, Ashley. I'm so grateful for you. And we all learn something. It's fun when I see what I wrote down and then it's in the chats too, because like multiple people are getting the same nuggets from you. So thank you so much for that. I so appreciate your time. And we're going to make a little transition. So Ashley talked about this, and thank you so much, lady. Ashley, and I'm going to do a screen share here. Oh, and well, there was your intro. So sorry about that, but there you go. You were speaking. It was so great. It was a great conversation. So there is hers, but we're going to move. We're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to bring on Coach Palmer. So hopefully he was here. He was actually at a one-on-one. So I'm hoping that he can unmute himself and pop on. Hopefully he's here.
I am here.
Okay, good. I got a little nervous for a second there. I'm sure you could see it. So guys, I have brought Coach on here to share a little bit with us about these promos. So as Ashley was talking about, we have so much going on, and thank you so much for jumping on here. I know how busy you are, so I greatly appreciate you jumping on here with us tonight. And if you wouldn't mind just kind of walking through, and I've got a little slide that I can pull up here if you're ready for it. But walk through what we've got going on right now.
Absolutely, Andrea. And thanks for putting the call together. And hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. And I just came in on two wheels, was meeting with some people. And here's what I'll tell you. I'm smiling from ear to ear when I hear Ashley Paulson talk, because, my mentor taught me years ago that when a promotion is driven, he would always say, if you, he would look at me and say, do you want to be at the top? Like, are you trying to go to the top, Brent? I'm like, absolutely. Yeah, I want to be, I'm all in, like Ashley said. And he said, if you really want to be all in and you really want to go to the top, find yourself winning every promotion that a company runs. And this was early on in my career that he said that. And it really, I get, maybe it was the coach in me, maybe it was being a part of sports and competing. But when he said it, it really stuck with me. And I thought, you know what? I don't know what the top looks like. But what I do know is someone that's had tremendous success just told me, if I want to get to the top, just do this. Just win every promotion a company runs. And I'll tell you, I started doing that in my career. And today I still do it. I compete on the promotions. And it's not to brag on myself. It's to say, if somebody's looking for the blueprint to get to the top, I don't know if it'll be the first 4x4 you ever do. I can't tell you that. It might be the first one you do it takes you to a 6-figure income. Or it could be your 7th 4x4 you do takes you to a 6-figure income. I don't know the blueprint of that, but here's what I'll tell you. If you do it and get good at the skills that it takes to create 4x4, therein lies a career path that you can never spend the money. Okay? See, our profession, and what I love about it is a career. It is a profession. And when you learn it, it can be a job that you don't have to retire out of, you can retire into. Because you are, like Ashley said, you can see it, you can hear it in her voice. You are helping people. You're helping people live a better life in their health. You're helping people live a better life in their finances. You're helping people dream again. You're helping people have passion again. You're helping people be a part of a loving, thriving community. And isn't that what the world needs? Like, is there any one of us on here that goes, you know what? Health really doesn't matter. Finances really doesn't matter. Being a part of positive community really doesn't. No, we've got it all here. And when I hear her talk about that, it's like, that's just so amazing. But here's why this promotion exists. Here's why everybody on this call should be running for the promotion, because the company knows where they're going. See, they don't need me and you, Andrea, to create, to sign 2 people up. That's not what they don't need that. They're going to create sales with or without us this month, because they've created a social media presence. They've created a global business. They've created a distribution channel of over 470,000 reps across the world that are buying this month. But they know where we're going. Listen, don't be surprised by the end of this year if we're not sitting at $1 billion in revenue as a company. But how do Andrea, how does Ashley get their piece of it? They compete. We compete in every promotion run, just like I said to begin with. So from June the 1st to July the 2nd, we have this June generosity promotion that says, if you enroll 2 brand partners on a 250-point pack, you're going to win 100 stock options. And then for everyone after that, you're going to win 50 stock options on everyone, with a max out of 20 brand partners from June the 1st to July the 2nd. And here's where I got to put your mind. You go, well, what could 100 shares be? Well, let's just take and say 100 shares today, stock price of $2.50. That's $250. But what happens if the stock, and when the stock continues to climb? I'm not making a forecast, but here's the thing. As the company grows, as the company creates positive things around the world, do you think more and more people is going to turn their ear and say, what is that new age? What is that company? What's going on? These transformations. What do you got? Those 100 shares today, what will they be worth 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road? That's why you're playing the game. But you're also playing the game to compete in the contest, to compete in the promotion, so that you can get your piece of the pie, so that you can build this thing. And Andrea, I always tell everybody, like, that's why you do this. Tad Niblett right now is a brand partner with us, just getting started, building a team. And tonight, I challenged a group of people on Friday. I said, let's go ahead and knock out the first brand partner by the end of the weekend. And we've had a lot of people do that, because the first thing, within a day, Tad Niblett did that on Friday. He got his first one. And then I just got a text from him and said, I just got my second brand partner. So he just got awarded 100 stock options for doing what he should do anyway to get his piece of the pie with this company and affect lives. And here's the thing, Andrea, I know you're going to show this slide, but I just want to give you an idea. I want to paint a vision for you numbers wise, what this means. What does it mean to you? So Andrea, can we show that? Or so let's go scenario
Can you
one.
see it?
I can.
Yeah, okay. All right, thank you.
Let's say that you're a brand new brand partner. You're brand new. The reason I think everybody on the call should get there too as quick as possible is so their people can participate in this. So let's go scenario one, a brand new brand partner like Tad Niblett has just got, or Ashley Paulson just got. Okay. Now, in the month of June, Ashley works with them and they complete, or Tad works with them and they complete the 4x4. Okay. Here's what they're going to get. In basic commissions, the minimum they're going to make is $170. Okay. Then they're going to get 200 shares of New Age stock, today's value, right? Because they've enrolled 2 people, they get 100 shares. 2 more people gives them an additional 50 and 50. That's another 100. So 200 shares of stock, today's value, $500. Okay. They're getting a free ticket to the Connect event in October. That's $100. And then they're getting if they're one of the first 50, they're getting a $400 e-wallet credit that they can use for purchases in the company. That's $1,170 for going 4x4. $1,170 for running the play and going 4x4. So that's what Tad Niblett is diving into his two people and working to create this month of June. Because listen, you get somebody paid, their belief goes up, they want to share more, they get excited. But look at $1,170 pays for somebody's mortgage payment this month, a car payment this month. It's huge. Here's scenario number 2. Let's say you're an ultimate brand partner that completes the 4x4. Your basic commissions, the minimum you're going to make is $320 by going 4x4. 200 shares of new age stock, today's value $500. Free ticket to the Connect event 100. One of the first 50, $400 credit. You're making $1,320 for going 4x4. That's an ultimate brand partner. And then scenario number 3, if you're an ultimate brand partner that completes the June Generosity Challenge and you enroll 2, basic commissions, a minimum of $150, 100 shares of new age stock, $250. Total value for 2 brand partners is $400. That's $200 per brand partner coming to you today. Guys, I share this with you because it's all about putting perspective about the promotion that's been given. And I'm a numbers guy. I believe that when you show people there's value in going out and sharing it with the community. Listen, we know we have the best products in the world. We know they create transformations. Okay? But we also have a company that's $500 million that no one knows our name. And sometimes it's the energy, it's the excitement that goes out and gets them involved. And so I told everybody on a call right after they announced this promotion, I said, I'd make a list. I would go after my closest. I used to call them my jail buddies, like people that would bail me out of jail. I'm going to them going, listen, I want you to do this with me. I want you to get involved with me in this. I want the energy of going, I want the contract of going, how do you want your name? I'm going to get you involved because I want you to get you started. I want to help you get involved in this promotion so that you can earn this. And it's all about the energy around it. But Ashley said it the best, Andrea, and I'll turn it back to you. Well, let me say this. And when this starts happening, listen, we got to shout people's names from the rooftop. We got to congratulate them. We got to set a presence out there on social media that we're a company that's going after it. And we got people going after it. And that's what you're going to start seeing. More and more names appearing of people going after this. But it goes back to what Ashley said. There comes a time, just like it did for her at the Destiny event, Andrea, where Ashley said, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of saying I'm all in and not being all in. I'm tired of saying I'm going to start a weight loss challenge and not doing it. I'm tired of all that. I'm making a decision today that I'm going to go after it, and no retreat for me. No retreat for me. And she announced it to the world, and she has not slowed up. She's running for it. Her paychecks are up. Her weight loss, the pictures speak for itself. Guys, that's what happens when you put commitment and action together with a no retreat mindset. We can all say we're all in and let another promotion pass. Or we can all say we're all in and commit to it and say, you know what, there's no retreat. I'm making it happen this month. Andrea, the company's laid it all out there for us, and it's now in our hands. There's nothing else they can do. Now it's turned over to us. We got to do what our job is, and that's go bring people to the table.
Well, thank you so much, Coach. I so appreciate it. And I am not a numbers person. So I love when you break it down because it lets us imagine, it lets me imagine. Like if I know, maybe I'm a fear of loss person, but if I know the dollars that I'm missing, if I don't participate, like they forget it, right? I'm absolutely going to do it. And guys, this is my challenge to you. So coach challenged this last week that, you know, I think it was Thursday, maybe it was, I don't even know the day of the week it was, but he said, get it done by Sunday, right? Get your first one in by Sunday. And so many of us did. And all I can think of is, you know, we have until July 2nd. And I don't know if you guys were the kind of student that I was, but if I had a homework assignment and it was due a week from Tuesday, well, I'm starting it next Monday night, right? I'm doing it the night before to turn it in the next day. And so many of us will wait, right? Like the deadline's way out there, right? And then it gets hard when you have to do it like in that crunch time. So not only do we want our people to benefit, but I would say give yourself a different deadline. Don't look at that July 2nd. You said it, like this is your business. I'm not your boss. You're your boss, right? But you set your deadline, right? And pick when you're going to get your first one, right? And then pick when you're going to get your second one. You decide. But I would highly recommend, let's do it this week, right? If you haven't got your first one yet, well, give yourself 2 days, right? That seems reasonable. And then maybe give yourself 2 more days for that second one. I don't know, maybe I'm an underachiever. Make it faster if you want, make it 2 hours for each one. I don't care, but you put your deadline. Don't let it pass you by, and don't wait. So then your person can't participate as well. So thank you guys so much for this. Thank you, Allison. Your transformation is phenomenal. I love the thing that I think is most phenomenal is the smile on your face. Like you can just see the joy, like how you feel. I obviously we don't go way back. I don't know you for 14 years, but just from what I could see on here, that was so powerful, so powerful. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And Ashley, I always adore you. You're incredible. I so appreciate your wisdom. And Coach, you too. Thank you so much for sharing your numbers and giving us all the vision and let us all dream a little bit tonight. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Good night.
Love you guys. Grateful for you. Thank you, Andrea
Thank
and
you.
Ashley.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
you
very
all.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all.